Hi, I'm Jeremy.
I'm AJ.
And I'm getting skinny. And I say that because I am about to break 400 pounds this upcoming week in my diet, as you may, if you watch older episodes, know. He and I have been dieting, and
he's been doing a better job.
I'm winning. I'm winning one of the two competitions I'm in. So the other one is just kind of unfair because other guys are losing as much weight as me, but they're like half my size, so their percentages are wrong. So it's not fair for me, but it's okay. I'm still fighting. Anyways, the first story of today that actually matters to you guys. Also, yesterday we talked about New York like banning certain food donations because
too much salt.
Well, just
could be
they had to ban the food donations because there could be anything that the state hasn't controlled in that food. So
some of you were aware.
One of our dear friends sent us the USDA's actual opinion on it. By opinion, I mean law.
The Good Samaritan Act.
Yeah, which basically says, give them food. And
there can be no repercussions for giving food.
Yeah, haha. Win. Reason prevails on the books, at least.
Let's see if New York at least looks it up and says, "Oh, hey, guess what?"
Somebody will. There's a lot of lawyers up there. Somebody's going to fight it. But moving on.
New Jersey.
Jumping the river down to New Jersey. Also a throwback to yesterday, where we talked about the
banning of best friends.
Banning of best friends across the pond.
Britain.
Yeah.
Well, New Jersey has decided to, well, at least one specific school has decided to ban hugging.
Hugging.
Okay. Yeah, everybody's completely confused except the principal, evidently, because...
No, he's confused too.
Well, yeah, if you look at it, at first he denies that he says it, and then he goes around and backs up the thing that he just denied.
I didn't really say that. What I said was something kind of very similarly, almost just kind of the same, not real, but yeah.
Yeah, so everybody's really confused about this. The students are just like, what? The parents are trying to figure out why, and the principal's just saying, we don't want them hugging on school campus, and if they are to hug, they should hug off of school campus in their homes where they are supervised by their parents. What?
Hugging.
You need to be supervised for hugging now?
Apparently, you need someone to hold your hand when you're going to the bathroom and when you want to greet your friends. And we move on.
Idiocy is spreading.
Absolutely true. Speaking of idiocy, we also, if you go back a couple of more episodes, remember that we talked about how Santorum used to support Romney back in the 2008 campaign. Now, in a full, complete, and utter reversal of his former opinion, quoth, oh man, I lost the quote. Oh, there it is. If they're going to be a little different, we might as well stay with what we have instead of taking a risk on what may be the Etch-a-Sketch candidate for the future.
In other words, he'd rather have Obama than Romney.
Yeah. If I lose, then everybody loses. Yeah, that's the spirit. No.
Santorum supporters are dropping like flies. You look at the comments, they outnumber the article itself by a massive amount. People are just going, okay, this guy's a freaking nut. And I think that the most hilarious part for me is the people in Pennsylvania, the place where he was originally a senator, said, we don't want him back. Send him somewhere else.
Oh, that's poor sportsmanship. Don't deny your own people. even if they're crazy. Okay, so
This is crazy.
this is crazy. Whitney Houston. They've been doing autopsy and making sure of stuff, and officially, she did not die of a heart attack. She did not die of a drug overdose. She actually, truthfully, died of drowning in her bathtub.
Now, for me, this brings up more questions.
Yeah.
How did she die in her bathtub? Was she really drugged up? Because they're not giving too much along those lines. Or was she held under?
Well, in 2
or
more
drugged
weeks,
and then held under.
in 2 more weeks, we'll actually get the full toxicology report as to what was in her system and what amounts. They have said that cocaine was involved and marijuana was involved and Xanax was involved and some kind of muscle relaxant was involved. Go check it out down the doobly. And yeah, and we'll find out how much of everything in a couple of weeks. But
Until then,
it's interesting to think that. Yeah, it's interesting to think about the repercussions of, maybe it wasn't her fault entirely. But moving on.
oh boy.
2.
Speaking of, not her, questions, I'd actually say. Trying to tie that in. Found it!
Speaking of awkward segues.
Well, that's what I do. Iran, the big problems that we've been having with that particular Middle Eastern country recently. According to intel from us, from Israel, and a couple other countries, a nuclear threat from them is not anywhere near close to happening. This is kind of a good thing. That means we won't be heading to war with them anytime soon unless they do something really stupid.
Unless they actually start it.
Right. So,
which is possible. I wouldn't
somewhat good news. Yeah.
I wouldn't put it past Ahmadinejad, I'll be honest.
There's still a chance that they'll just launch a chemical attack or something. But as for right now, doomsday clock can tick back just a little bit.
Just a titch. So, those of you who know Maryland, and I know at least one of you does. Hi, brother. Down on Interstate 270, outside of Washington, D.C., there was a armored car that was driving along, like armored cars do, and like most armored cars don't, lost a door and about $5,700 onto the interstate. Allegedly it was like a bomb of cash going off, like inside a snow globe, kind of just grabbing money, and people were going stupid and going after
stopping on the side of the road,
cash and coins all over the ground, and yeah. So like most reasonable states, the authorities have said, if you have the money, come forward, turn it in. No questions asked, no repercussions, no charges. Just bring it back.
Just realize also, and they're not saying this, straight out, but cash in armored cars is tracked by their serial numbers. You try and use that money anywhere official at all, and yeah, they'll have you.
Yeah, don't pay any bills with it. Go buy fast food with it. I mean, I'm not saying you should spend the money. I'm saying you should turn it in. But if you're not going to turn it in,
at least
don't be stupid. Don't be stupid. They follow that. Speaking of being followed, oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Yes, this one actually excites me a whole lot. He was just showing his conspiracy nut side with the Whitney Houston thing. I show my conspiracy nut side when the government is actually tracking the everything that we do, and they're allowed to hold information on us. National Counterterrorism Center?
The NTCT, NCTC.
That's yeah. One of the acronyms. They were formed back in 2001, right after the 9/11 attacks, to basically take, the NSA, the CIA, the FBI, and DHS and everything. Basically, they are a super agency, and they make everybody play nice. In addition to that, they kind of know everything, and not only do they know everything, they have data mining going on to make sure that they can track threats and all the good things. But now they can hold on to information for up to 5 years if they really feel like it. Not
if the person is possible terrorized or anything, just because they want to.
Because they want to, just in case, right? No. I've been saying the phrase "write your senators" lately. I feel kind of bad about that, but do. I'm sorry. This kind of Big Brother crap is not America. We're not Airstrip 1. Look it up if you don't get that reference. And we move on.
I don't know if you've heard anything about the Trayvon scandal. I think we talked about it a while back. Check it out. And if we didn't,
Trayvon Martin.
Trayvon Martin, the one who was killed over in Florida simply for being a black kid walking down the street with a hood up by the neighborhood's watch committee guy.
Watch committee chairman.
Yeah.
He felt very responsible for his neighborhood.
Who has also never been arrested or anything. Anyway, President Obama has come out and said if I had a son, he would look like Trayvon. So, yeah, things are really coming to a head at this point. People have been kind of pushing on Obama to say something about it. This is a pretty strong stance, and I don't agree with a lot of what President Obama talks about, but in this case, I agree. This really needs to be taken care of.
And our information computer just crashed, so our last story of the day actually is gone. So, actually, my stance on the whole Trayvon thing, honestly,
it'll come back up.
Keep talking. Back up eventually. But my stance on the whole Trayvon thing, honestly, is fear mongering and being stupid doesn't help anyone, and stupidity like this harms everyone.
Yes.
Because stuff like this, people talk about setting race wars back a decade or 50 years or whatever. This is the kind of thing that does that. It's stupidity being released and just making everyone look bad. And speaking of aggression that cannot stand. Anyways.
Yeah.
End of the show. Thank you for sticking with us. Thank you for sticking with us for another week. And that's the computer starting back up again.
It'll get there. It'll get there.
You'll get there. Yeah. I'm Jeremy.
I'm AJ.
And these are extraordinary times. Check it out.